and welcome to the Washington Farm Bureau Update, a podcast designed to provide the latest agriculture, legislative, and Farm Bureau information. Greetings all, this is Ben Tyndall, and it's time to get to know another of your Washington Farm Bureau team. It's so good to hear about these various team members that we have working to support you, our members, and we want you to get to know them beyond simply their title, but as people advocating for something that they really care about, and that's agriculture in Washington State. So I got the chance to sit down with Corwyn Fischer, who has been working with our safety and claims department, and it was a treat to hear more about him and his story. So let's check it out.
Like any Eastern Washington boy, I grew up on a farm, and we had apples, pears, and cherries. And, ever since I was born, that's kind of what I knew. And, I wouldn't change it for the world.
All right, Corwyn is the Assistant Safety and Claims Director and has been with the Farm Bureau for nearly 2 decades. In this role, he travels around the state and visits with various Farm Bureau members and checks out their operations.
Yeah, I've been with Farm Bureau since February of 2002, and I was hired as a safety director at that time. I had been working for Department of Labor and Industries for about 17 years, and I had done some compliance work and also on the consultation side of Department of Labor and Industries, DOSH, Division of Occupational Safety and Health. And Jeff Lutz came to me because I'd worked with some of the members and said, "Hey, are you interested in going to work for Washington Farm Bureau?" And I thought, that'd be a great way to segue into helping farmers with their safety and health instead of the compliance and the regulatory side, be on the other side of the fence and help them in a more relaxed atmosphere. So I was hired on in February of 2002 and been there since. And I work with a lot of our members that have the employer-employee relationship. So, I do all the walkthroughs. I help them with their safety programs. Do some training for them. We do all of our annual workshops. So it's been a good gig. Our members are just so good to work with. They really, as anybody else, we don't want the government showing up at our workplace. So, we have this program, our retrospective rating program, claims safety program, and the 3 different programs for our members, TLC, CSI, and our agribusiness. So we really do a good job here at Farm Bureau, and our members do a really, really good job with their safety. So it's really fun to go all over the state and see all kinds of different operations, and love working with our members.
And that love was birthed out of his own farming background and growing up on the family farm with various tree fruits. He saw firsthand the work and the lifestyle that he now works to help others protect and maintain.
Like any Eastern Washington boy, I grew up on a farm, and we had apples, pears, and cherries. And, ever since I was born, that's kind of what I knew. Working alongside Dad, Mom, Grandpa, Grandma. We had a farm in the Wenatchee Valley, Dryden area. And so we learned to work really young, and anywhere from pruning to helping Grandpa spray, mowing the orchard. That's where we learned to work as kids. Grandpa, Grandma, Mom, and Dad. So everybody worked at the farm, and you kind of grew up with those work ethics. So it was, as a young kid, it was a lot of fun. As we grew up, we knew it was hard work. A lot of us went our separate ways when we got a little bit older, but it was a great area to grow up in.
Well, that great area is the little town of Dryden, Washington.
It's between Leavenworth and Wenatchee. A very small town. There was probably a couple hundred people in our town. Grew up in a school district called the Dryden School District, a small B school, and everybody knew everybody in the area, in the neighborhood. I mean, you could say it was Mayberry RFD, a little grocery store downtown, the community church, a little fire department, even had a little tavern in town so that people that wanted to partake of a cold beer after work, that was there as well. So, we didn't lock our doors at night. We left the keys in the vehicle. It was a real safe neighborhood. Kids would come up. We'd all know each other. We'd play basketball together. And in the summertime, we could be playing basketball till 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, and everybody'd throw their sleeping bag on the lawn, and that's where we would sleep. And, I wouldn't change it for the world.
Now, the farm in Dryden was a wonderful place to grow up with fun memories, but I wanted to know if farming was what Corwyn was aiming at making his career when he was younger. What was it that young Corwyn wanted to be when he grew up?
I think like any other little kid, I probably wanted to be a fireman or a policeman or a truck driver. Really never thought much about it. And I think as I got older, I thought, well, yeah, the farming's that's a great profession. And then I graduated from Dryden High School, and I thought, well, I kind of like to play sports, and maybe I should be a professional basketball player. And so I went to Wenatchee Valley College and was playing basketball, and then I thought, no, I'm not good enough to play basketball professional-wise because there's many, many other players that are much better than I am. So I figured, well, I'll probably just go back to the farm. And went back to the farm and did that for a couple of years, working alongside Dad, Mom, Grandpa, Grandma. And that just wasn't something for me. So a friend of mine came along, and he was operating a passenger vessel and a barge. And I thought, yeah, that'd be kind of fun to do. So at that time in my life, I was hired at Lake Chelan Boat Company and got my master pilot engineer's license and was running vessels up and down Lake Chelan. I thought, this is a great gig as well, and I think I'll do this for maybe the rest of my life. Operating a passenger vessel and the barge and taking goods up and down the lake. It was a lot of fun. And the people that came to inspect our boats and our barge, they said, hey, Corwyn, how would you like to become an inspector? And I thought, you guys work for Department of Labor and Industries, and you're inspecting our vessels. And then all of a sudden, here I was working for Department of Labor and Industries and started a career in the safety and health. So ever since 1985, that's been my profession in the safety and health. And I never thought I would ever be doing that. Here I've been doing it for 35 years. So that's how I got into the profession of safety and health. Been a lot of fun. I've seen a lot of different industries, a lot of different people out there. I've met thousands of people, and it's just, it's a good feeling to, even when I was working for Department of Labor and Industries, to come home at night and say, hey, I did something worthwhile out there. I could have saved some people's lives, and I like doing that for Farm Bureau as well.
Wow, what a journey. It's incredible when you hear how someone got to where they are today. In Corwyn's case, it was farming and then basketball and then back to farming, which then moved to piloting barges and boats and then working in safety and health. Again, wow. So what about when he's not working? I wanted to know what Corwyn enjoys outside of working at Farm Bureau.
Yeah, I gave up the basketball because my knees, and that's just too much. I like to golf. I like to hunt. I like to fish. I like to camp. My wife and I have a travel trailer, and we travel through Central Washington a little bit and do some of that camping. So that's kind of our leisure time. I probably spend more time on the golf course than my wife really wants me to, but I also make sure that I spend some time with her in the camp trailer and sitting, relaxing, and enjoying a nice camp area along a lake or a river. So that's kind of our hobbies and what we do right now.
Now that does sound enjoyable. And as someone who also enjoys the peace of outside, I'm looking for tips on good spots, so I had to ask what Corwyn and his wife's favorite place is.
Well, one of our favorites is up to Okanagan country called Concanelli.
Okay.
Yeah, really a beautiful place. It's about 15 miles northwest out of Omak, and you travel up a little county road there, and there's a lake and a reservoir, and it's pretty peaceful. Yeah, really enjoy that area.
Sounds like a good spot to me. Well, after doing this work for several decades, Corwyn has a lot to look at and to be proud of. But I absolutely loved hearing what he is the most proud of in his life.
Well, I think I'm proud of our families. My kids, my parents. That's something I'm really proud of. Brothers, sisters. I think we're a pretty close-knit family. That's something I'm really proud of.
That is a beautiful thing to be proud of. And what a joy to hear the love and care that he has for that close-knit family. Now, considering the years that he's been in this business and the many people that he has been able to work around and learn from, I asked him what is the greatest lesson to him that he would want to make sure and share with others. He said that it's developing strong people skills. That is a vital skill to have.
In the profession of safety and health, you really have to be cognizant of working with farmers and how hard they work, and respect what they do, and respect their time, and respect the way that they might want. I've been doing this for 30 years this way. As far as teaching some of the other folks here at Farm Bureau of how to handle safety and health, I think that's something you got to keep in mind when you're working with some of the farmers, because we've always got certain ways we want to do it, and then you bring in some regulations of other ways that they should be doing it, and it's kind of have to take some baby steps to get that information across.
Well, as we wrapped up, we didn't want to leave any stone unturned, so Corwyn gave this open invitation.
Well, if you really want to know me, let's call me up. Let's get a safety visit scheduled with me, and we'll come out and spend some time. We just don't have to walk through your farm out there. If you've got the coffee on, I'll be out there, and I'll bring the donuts.
Well, that is an amazing invitation. So, hey, let's see who takes him up on it first. I really appreciate Corwyn for letting us know him a bit better and to hear his desire to serve our Farm Bureau members so well. It is a privilege to work beside him. And when you get the opportunity to have that coffee and donut with him, you'll be better because you did. Know that each one of us here at the Washington Farm Bureau work to serve you. So if there is something you need, don't hesitate to reach out to us. You can find us on social media, or you can give us a call at 360-357-9975 or email us at info@wsfb.com. We would love to hear from you. And with that, we'll call it good, and I'll look forward to chatting again soon. The WFB Update is a production of the Washington Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture in Washington State, ensuring our family farms continue to feed the world. To learn more, visit our website at www.wsfb.com.